Hello everyone, I was asked the question, is it possible to make a full-time living completing surveys from home? The first thing that did come to my mind was, why would you want to do that? And the reason for that is because, if you don't know guys, even though surveys are a legitimate way to earn money online, the thing about these survey platforms is that they are very temperamental. I can say here in Australia, I can earn roughly $10 an hour by completing surveys, okay? But in your country, it might be completely different depending on what the survey provider wants to pay you. Survey rates do depend on country, your age, your gender, and seasons throughout the year, depending on what advertisers or companies want to actually spend to pay people to complete surveys. On this video, I'm going to be completing surveys for 7 hours straight to try and see how much money I can actually generate in that time frame. Now, the reason why I chose 7 hours is because I literally do not think that someone can complete 9 hours worth of surveys 7 times a week, everyone, okay? And this test is only for one single day, so keep that in mind going into this video. I'm going to be using basic math to try and calculate the average money that I can make per day, depending on today's earnings. It's quite an interesting little experiment to see how different survey sites treat you, the user. The first money-making website that I decided to try was called FreeCash. Now, FreeCash is a money-making platform where you can earn real-life money and cryptocurrency through completing surveys and completing offers. Now, guys, usually I've had a good record with FreeCash. I haven't had too many problems. This time around, though, as I said at the start of the video, surveys are temperamental. I was disqualified at least 25 times from my counting on this website in the span of 1 hour, just trying to earn a little bit of money completing surveys. At the end of my whole 1 hour, I only managed to earn $1.50 USD after being disqualified 25 times on FreeCash. Now, I don't know what was going on with the surveys today, but it was extremely painful. And this is the thing about surveys and why I say, why would you want to try and make a full-time living out of it? Because guys, you're going to be disqualified so many times, and this is going to be a running gag on this video as well, okay? You're going to be seeing this often throughout my experience today. So I ended up just giving up after that hour. 25 disqualifications was way too much for me to handle for the 1 hour span, okay? I decided to put FreeCash down for the day and then move on to the next website. I do want to say though, on FreeCash guys, I did go through the third-party providers instead of through FreeCash directly, as their surveys were going through maintenance. Usually I'm at least able to generate $5 to $10 USD in an hour on that platform. So please keep that in mind. I guess it's just bad timing. I spent my next hour on the money-making platform Earnably. Now, I really do like the Earnably platform. This time around though, it was a bit disappointing. I was only able to earn $3.20 United States currency in that hour time span, and I was disqualified 5 different times through completing surveys, which is nowhere near FreeCash's 25 disqualifications. So that's something to really keep in mind here, everyone. I do not know what kind of strictness level these survey providers on FreeCash have, but it was the worst I've ever seen today, dude. The next hour I spent was on the money-making platform GrabPoints. Now, on GrabPoints, I was able to generate $4.30 United States currency in 1 hour. Now, the kicker is, everyone, I was disqualified 21 times while completing these surveys in that hour. So if you count up all the disqualifications I've already had in the previous 2 hours, I've now been disqualified over 50 times in 3 hours of completing surveys. This is why I'm saying you have to have an iron will to do this full time. If you don't know what GrabPoints is, by the way, it's a money-making platform that allows you to earn cash through completing surveys and completing offers. Next up, we have the money-making application Apoll. I tested out Apoll for roughly an hour and I managed to earn $5.15 Australian currency and only be disqualified 9 times. Now, that is not on the scale of GrabPoints and FreeCash, but still, getting disqualified 9 times in the span of an hour is quite frustrating as well. But it is manageable and expected. Apoll is simply an application that allows you to complete surveys and get instantly paid out via PayPal. By the way, every single cash out I'll be doing on this video is PayPal, and every single platform on this list either pays out instantly or it pays out in roughly 1 to 2 days. So if you do want to use any of them, you're more than welcome to. to. Links will also be in the description below. I spent my next hour on Qme. Now, Qme is a premium survey site that's not really available across the world. It's mainly available, from what I've seen, in the United States, Australia, and United Kingdom. You can give it a shot though if you want, but I was able to earn $5.78 Australian currency with only 6 disqualifications in 1 hour, which at the moment is performing better than all the other platforms that I've covered so far on this video. I mean, ideally, I would have liked to hit $10 in that hour, but it just didn't happen today. I spent the last 2 hours of my day completing surveys on the money-making platform Ysense. Now, Ysense, to me, is one of the top-tier survey platforms that I've covered so far on my channel. I was disqualified 25 times, though, within 2 hours on Ysense, but I was able to earn $23.21 Australian currency, so that outperformed every single platform that I covered throughout the day, easily. If I had to choose a platform to try and go full time on, or at least earn some sort of decent revenue, I would actually choose Ysense because of the amount you actually get paid to complete the surveys. So everyone, there you have it. At the end of this experiment, we have the total numbers now. So it took me 7 hours to generate $46.68 Australian currency over the span of 6 different survey platforms. I had to withstand 91 disqualifications to actually generate that money. You can imagine how draining and frustrating it really is. This is why I'm saying I really don't think that completing surveys as a full-time gig is a realistic way to earn online without driving yourself absolutely insane. Now, that being said, it can be a great side hobby, of course, there's nothing wrong with that, but if you want to take that leap to try and make a full-time income off completing surveys, you're really risking your mental health, in my opinion. If I complete 7 hours worth of surveys for 7 days a week, that means I'm putting in 49 hours worth of survey time. If I was to get paid $46.68 for each day, that would net me around $326.70 Australian currency a week. Now, that all sounds well and good, everyone, but you have to think about that very carefully. You're dedicating 49 hours a week, and if you times that by 4, assuming you're doing it every single day without a break, that is 196 hours you are dedicating to completing surveys to only generate $1,300 or so. Now, to me, that is not worth giving up a job or anything like that. I personally, after all my experience with survey platforms, would look at surveys as only a side hustle or a side income. But in your country, if you're actually able to earn the same amount as me here in Australia, you could potentially make a full-time income, assuming you get paid the exact same rate I am, and the exact same currency of USD. But the chances of that are so slim, everyone. As I said, depending on where you live, everything changes. So in conclusion, I personally do not think it's possible to live full-time off surveys, unless under the most specific and unique circumstances, where the USD currency is so much better than your local currency and you have the hours to spare at home. So I hope you enjoyed this video, everyone. This was all my unique experience. You could have a complete different experience. Here is all the payment proof as well of my 7 hours of survey work. It does look like I was paid more than I mentioned in the video, but you have to remember most of these sites have a minimum cash out, so I did have to get to that point before cashing out, everyone. But on the screen, you'll see the true gains for each payment proof. I'm still waiting for the Ysense payment proof though, but I've covered that platform many times and I am certain they will pay. Please remember to join my free newsletter as well, links in the description below. Catch you around, guys.